Morning guys, welcome to another episode of G.S.I Ghost Stories. On today's episode you'll be joined by Ralph, and he'll be reminiscing about one of the first times he had certain paranormal encounters. So without further ado, I'll hand you over to Ralph.
So from the depths of his own house, John decided to come with an idea, and sort of on the back end of the question and answer sessions we was doing, was to come up with the reason why we do this sort of stuff, and what inspired us. And it comes down to really is our ghost stories, the things that's happened in the past. So from one of the founders of G.S.I, I'm going to cycle around today whilst I'm doing my exercise and give you a couple of stories really, and go from there. So this is Ralph's ghost stories that inspired me to become a ghost hunter, and later on meet up with a work colleague and a good friend John, and also the co-founder of G.S.I as well. Both decided to join together and create a hobby and go from there really. So there we go. That's a bit of an introduction. Let's get straight into it really. So I suppose really my sort of background starts from when I was at primary school, when I was about 7 or something like that. And instead of going to the library and picking up all the books to do with cars and wildlife and things like that, I found one on ghosts, and well, from that point onwards, that was it. I was just knocked out by these really bizarre stories, and looking back, my word, what bizarre drawings as well. Some of them more believable than others. You know, there was pictures of the famous brown lady and things like that. So yeah. So for me, I suppose one of the first sort of like times I can turn around and go, when did I experience anything, was it's a bit difficult to pinpoint really. I think the biggest thing that probably sticks out in my mind, and one of the ones is when I was in this country, and I had a friend that used to turn around and say that used to see a member of their family in this house. Never really paid much attention really. I just entertained it. It was obviously she was thinking of her mother, and you know, based on that, it was like okay then. But I used to question it when I sat down and listened to the story about her seeing her own mum in her bungalow while she sat there looking at a newspaper called the Psychic News. I did often wonder why it'd have to be printed if it was psychic, but anyway, you know what, there we go. If you kept them happy, I didn't want to burst any bubbles. I was still young at that age anyway. I was still a teenager, you know, so it was all very much like if I did see anything, you know, I'd absolutely catch myself really, I think. But anyway, yeah, particular time I was helping, doing some work next to a pre-war chalet next door for a local farmer, and cut a long story short, should be no one in the house, and they did all the checking after it and everything, but I looked across and I saw this woman leaning out bedroom window looking down the garden. I could tell what she was wearing. She was wearing like a very oldish type black dress and everything, and I could tell which way she was looking, but if she asked me what her facial features looked like, I've not got a fog here, I couldn't even tell you, not one bit. So Anyway, watched the walkthrough, looked like walked through the bed and that, did some investigating, you know, asking around, is anyone there, and all that sort of stuff, you know, the things you'd expect from someone trying to debunk any plausible explanations, really. And it wasn't until later on that day I was walking past the house actually with my mum, was taking the dog for a walk, and the woman come running out with a photograph pressed against the chest, and she says, "Oh, I've heard you've seen someone in my house." It's because I mentioned something to her daughter, and she obviously passed that on. And I said, yeah, you know, I'd seen someone, but I didn't know who it was. I didn't know if it was a cleaner or anyone else. Knew it wasn't going to be that because the woman herself was a cleaner. And I described her anyway, with some black dress, probably around about my height. She looked a little bit broadish from where I was standing. Couldn't get any facial features, as I said to her, and anyway, she turned this photograph around and she goes, "This is my mum." And it was exactly the same person. So from that day onwards, not only did I see something, I had it confirmed as well, which was absolutely great to have that confirmed. Normally you see something that's like, "Oh no," you know. There we go anyway, so that's one of my ghost stories. I'm going to do a little bit more cycling around anyway, and see if I can find somewhere a little bit more different. This is, to say, putting two things together. I don't want to take the biscuit and stay out too long. It is literally just a bit of daily exercise, and like I say, it's sort of like I don't want to take the biscuit. So guys, everyone be safe for this time, and I'll crack on with a bit more cycling and see if I can find somewhere else to do another ghost story. If you've not worked it out anyway, at the back of me is an old railway line, and looking to reopen as part of a walk, and that's you can access it probably. So yeah, here we go, and then over my shoulder, hopefully, yeah, you see a wind turbine as well, so it should be on board. Guys, this is Ralph, one of the co-founders from G.S.I, first ghost story. Hopefully a few more to come. So take it easy, everyone, and we've got plenty of things planned for when we can get out. So, you know what I mean? Till that point, enjoy.